Hello everyone and welcome back to the Grape Empire. Today we got a little bit of a special video as we are going to be ranking some of the best cartoons to the lowest cartoons, or just in my opinion, the best to the worst. But before we begin, I just want to show you this quick little drawing that someone actually just made for me. I don't know if you can see it, but if you like it, that's great. But otherwise, thank you to the person who drew this. Your drawing is now in the video. So for the first cartoon that we're going to talk about is Adventure Time. Now, personally, I never actually seen Adventure Time. I heard of it, I heard of the characters, but I just never really watched the show. So on my estimation part, I'm just going to say I never watched it, and it's going to go in that category. For the next one we have is the Animaniacs. Now, I personally never saw this show either. The only thing that I saw about this was just the characters and just kind of the memes that I've seen off of YouTube from it. Otherwise, I haven't really seen the show. I might have seen like a clip or two, but otherwise I just never really seen it. So, sorry. Otherwise, the next one we got right here is Arthur. Now, I was a big Arthur fan. I always loved the characters. I loved how it looked. Now, of course, there were some annoying characters that I didn't really like, of course. But as you keep watching the show, you really do like them a lot more. But for me, Arthur was just one of those big shows that I really enjoyed after getting home from school or whatever. I just really liked watching Arthur. So for me, personally, I'm going to put this in the greatest of all time because Arthur was just a really great show and I just loved all of the characters. The next one we got is Ben 10. Now, I personally did watch a little bit of Ben 10, and for me, I kind of liked it, and I kind of didn't like it. The only thing that I liked about it was just the old episodes where there were only 3 characters. Otherwise, the newer episodes, they were just a little bit clampy, and they just didn't really feel fun to watch. So me personally, I'm going to put this as okay. It wasn't too good, it wasn't too bad, it was just right solid right there. For the next one we got is Bob's Burgers. Now this one is more of an adult show, but I didn't start watching this until I was around 16 when my dad used to put it on TV. Now I like Bob's Burgers, the characters are funny, the story is amazing. I mean, actually there's not really much of a story in these cartoons, but to me I always like to look for a story. And I just really like Bob's Burgers because of just all the characters. The design is cool. One character I don't really like is Linda. She just has that voice and she's a little bit annoying at sometimes. But for me personally, I would put Bob's Burgers at probably a great. It was really good. For the next one we have is Dexters Laboratory. Now, surprisingly, I never even watched this one as well. And I know, I have a weird childhood, but I never watched this show. I heard a little bit about it, and all I know is that one of the characters is super annoying. I believe it's his sister, and she just likes to mess up all his projects and all that, but I never watched Dexter's Laboratory. It kind of looks cool from the trailers and all the episodes that you would probably see. So for me personally, I would put this as an okay. Even though I never seen it, I'm going to put it as an okay. For the next one we have is Gravity Falls. Now, Gravity Falls, I never seen this one as well. What? And I know, I got a weird childhood, as I said, but I never actually seen Gravity Falls, so I'm just going to put it in never watched. I'm sorry, there's not really much I can go off of it. For the next one we have is the Justice League. Now, I'm not talking about like the Justice League movies, I'm talking about the Justice League cartoon show series. Now, I actually really did like it. I liked Batman, I liked Superman, I liked all the people that were in it. It had great jokes, great fighting combat, and all that. It was just really fun and enjoy. I did watch it a few times. I wouldn't say it's bad, I would say it's okay. Probably right in the middle between Dexter's and Ben 10. For the next one we have is Looney Tunes. Now, Looney Tunes, there's a lot to judge about off of this topic. But for me personally, I really like Bugs Bunny the most out of all these characters. I did like the Daredevil and the what is it? The Fast Chicken? I don't know what it's called or what his name is, but I do also like that. There are a lot of good characters, a lot of good shows, and a lot of good episodes in it. So for me personally, I would put Looney Tunes as a great, probably in front of Bob's Burgers, because I mean, who doesn't like Looney Tunes? Who doesn't like Bugs Bunny, Lola, all those characters? So next up we have Martha Speaks. So Martha Speaks, in my opinion, is one of those greatest shows in all time. Probably not the top tier of the shows, but I would say it is a pretty great show. And I just really like all the characters that are in it. I like the background, and I like the idea of how she learns how to speak and interact with people through the alphabet soup that she drinks. So for me personally, I'm gonna put Martha Speaks right behind Arthur, just for now. If I have to readjust it, then I will. Now, next one on our list is Phineas and Ferb. Personally, I don't really watch Phineas and Ferb. The only time I have ever watched this cartoon show was in music class in elementary. I remember whenever we would have a free day, we would watch an episode of Phineas and Ferb. I liked the characters. I hated their sister, just very annoying, but every cartoon show has to have an annoying character, so there's not really much you can do about that. But for me personally, I would put Phineas and Ferb as probably an okay, most likely in front of Ben 10. Next one we have is the Powerpuff Girls. Now, the Powerpuff Girls, I absolutely loved watching the show. Even though I'm a guy, I still liked watching Powerpuff Girls. It was really cool. I liked all the fighting. I liked the characters. It was just one of those shows I couldn't stop watching. So for me personally, I'm gonna put this show in great. I wouldn't say it's the greatest of all time, but I'm gonna put it in great, and probably above Bob's Burgers, just in my opinion. Now, the next show we have is Ren and Stimpy. I never saw this show, so
stop the cap.
I think you know where that's gonna go. And the next one we have is Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty I wasn't introduced to until I was 16. I do like Rick and Morty. I like the whole concept, the whole idea. The characters are fun, and just the story of this show is very funny as well. And me personally, I'm gonna put this in greatest of all time. I would put it in the middle between Martha and Arthur, just because it doesn't have that quite expectation as Arthur does, but it's really good to just watch. So the next one we have is Roccos Modern Life. I never saw this show, and for that, I just gotta put it in never watched. I never saw it. If I did, I would rate it, but I just never did. Next we have is the Rugrats, and I think everyone knows where this is going. This is going in the greatest of all time. Rugrats was just something I always watched, and I did watch the movie, and it was just really enjoyable just to really sit down and watch as a cartoon show. So for that, it's going in greatest of all time. I wouldn't say it's as good as Martha Speaks, but I'm going to put it in the greatest of all. The show we got is another adult show that I didn't start watching until I was 16, which is South Park. Now, South Park is extremely funny in my opinion. I wouldn't say it's the greatest of all time. I would say it's okay, because it somewhat feels a little bit different, and it just doesn't feel like a finished cartoon, but it still is a pretty good cartoon, of course, for when you're older. The next cartoon show we got is SpongeBob SquarePants, and I think everyone knows where this is going. For me personally, SpongeBob is one of my favorite childhood cartoons, and for that, it's going way above Arthur because it's really old cartoon, and the characters are just super fun, and it's just really funny to watch. For the next one we have is Steven Universe. I never actually watched Steven Universe. I've seen a little bit of it. Otherwise, I never really watched it, so I think you know where that one's gonna go. For the next one we have is Teen Titans. Now, this isn't the Teen Titans Go version. This is the real-life modern version of Teen Titans, of that kind of cartoon show. I really like it. It's really cool. I like the characters. I like the whole story of it. Even though it only has 2 seasons, it was still one of those pretty good shows for you to watch. So for me personally, I would put it as probably okay. If there was more seasons and episodes of Teen Titans, I would definitely watch those. For the next one we have is The Simpsons. Now, The Simpsons is also an adult type of cartoon show. I never really got introduced to it until I was around 16 years old. So for me personally, I didn't know much about it. I do like the characters. The only thing I really did hate was just how they talked, or at least Marge's voice sounded. I just really didn't like how she sounded. So for me personally, I would say it's okay as well. And I would probably put Ben 10 all the way down at the end because I just didn't really like so much about Ben 10. And for the next one we have is the Spectacular Spider-Man. If you never watched it, then you're living under a rock. But for me personally, that's going way in front of SpongeBob, in my own opinion. For the next one we have is Thomas the Train. I did watch Thomas the Train. Did I like it? No. And especially not the faces from the older episodes. The older episodes, they just seemed a little bit creepier. And I just didn't really like that. And for that, I'm going to have to put it into terrible. It was okay to watch, but I just didn't like the faces, and I didn't like the story, and I didn't really like Thomas just in general. But I did watch it. For the next one we have is Tom and Jerry. Now, personally, I like Tom and Jerry. My favorite character is Tom. He's just always the goofiest. He's the funniest. And I think Tom and Jerry is still going on till this day. So Tom and Jerry is a pretty old cartoon show. But for me personally, I would also put this into great. I wouldn't say it's the greatest of all time, but for me, I would say it's great. And there you have it, guys. That is my tier list for all the cartoon kids shows. If I missed a few, comment down below saying what I missed, and maybe I can make another one in the future. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.